just put up a post a little while ago. The post said, "My wife has my username and password to all my accounts," and it seems to have struck a nerve.
It is not. It has struck a
nerve, and the amount of
people. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
The amount of messages that have come through over the past couple of minutes, and so we just wanted to take a minute. Honestly, you know,
this could easily be such a long
for real. Like, this can be extremely long, because let me say this. You could think whatever you want to think. This is my video, my wall, my post, unfriend me. That's how I feel in 2017. Like, we're not biting our tongue no more. Marriage is marriage. We're not talking about dating. If your spouse wants it, they need to have it. Period.
Let me just say this.
If your spouse wants it, they need to have it. I'm gonna start there. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead, babe.
This privacy thing needs to be defined.
Exactly.
Because if the two become one, you don't need privacy from your spouse.
True.
You know.
That's the whole point of getting married.
What happens is people use the word privacy when they really mean something different. They really mean, and they might even say freedom, but by definition, those aren't the right words to use. Correct. You're looking for room to be able to, or space to be able to do some things without your spouse's knowledge. Now, when you're married, what should you be doing without your spouse's knowledge? Nothing. Really nothing. So that's the issue. You know, I always believe that you have to get to the root of the issue. And so what we're really talking about is honesty and trust. Let me just say, too, that I don't have his passwords and his usernames and passwords because there's a trust issue.
Yeah, no.
We have it because I want to check on him and I want to see what he's doing.
No, never.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is, the reason why I have it is because sharing things like that establishes trust. And trust is very, very powerful. It is really necessary in order to have a strong, solid foundation in your relationship. When you don't have trust and you don't establish trust, that is what becomes the problem.
Yeah, and so this whole conversation is about trust. This entire conversation is about trust. What we do in our marriage,
Thank you. My arm is hurting.
What we do in our marriage, you may not do in your marriage, and that's not what we're saying. What I'm saying in my marriage is she has it because I want her to have it, because I trust her.
There's no checking.
No, but it's not about that. I'm not even gonna justify that, because then people gonna think that we trying to. No. She don't check my stuff. I did it because I wanted to. My topic of conversation was, when you get married, you take a vow. And what we're missing in 2016 and 2017 in our modern era is honoring our vow. And I don't care what anybody says to me. If your spouse is uncomfortable with something, that's where your attention needs to be. And okay, some of us want to play the silent game, like I don't check his or her stuff, but in the back of your mind, you still want it. You should have it. Why? Because we're talking about marriage. In 2017, one of the things that God has put on our heart is that we're going to talk about real issues concerning marriage. And marriage is not dating. Marriage is real business. It's a vow. It's an agreement between two people. It's an understanding. That's why you say in richer for poorer, in sicker, in health, through good times and bad times. Because it's a vow. It's not a feeling. It's not sex. It's not an emotion. It's a commitment. It's a vow. And so that little topic seems to has sparked wildfire.
Let me just say this too, honey. There's so many things that can destroy your marriage.
True.
Now, how can you share bodily fluids with a person, share a life and a child with a person,
Thank you.
Be literally naked?
And you can't share their password.
Let me just get to my point.
So I'm sorry.
Be literally naked with a person physically and hopefully emotionally too.
But you can't share their password.
Hold on,
I'm sorry, honey.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
But then you draw a limit where social media is
Thank you,
concerned,
thank you,
as if
thank you.
social media is so powerful and so
You gotta
important.
preach.
It's honey, let me speak, baby.
I'm sorry, baby. Preach, baby.
As
You
if
preaching.
social media is so important to you that you allow
Preach.
that to come between
Preach.
you and your spouse.
Preach. Don't do
Think
that.
about it.
Don't do
You're
that.
gonna let social media come between you and your spouse, and maybe one day you'll be divorced, and you'll deal with all the consequences and repercussions and all the hurt of a divorce, rather than just saying that when I become one with my spouse, I choose to trust my spouse and I choose to hide nothing from my spouse. It doesn't make sense to me. So if you're not willing to make that commitment, why get married? Because there's no such thing as part-way marriage. There's no such thing as part-time, halfway marriage. Either the two lives are intertwined,
Or they're not.
or they're not. And whatever area of your life you are not married and fully committed, trust me, your marriage is suffering because of it. Even if you're in denial, even if you suppress it, even if you never talk about it and sweep it under the rug, in whatever area that you are not married in your life, your marriage is suffering because of it.
There's nothing else to be said. Don't let social media enter what's supposed to be entertainment come before your vow. Your vow you made before God, your vow you made to your partner. There's nothing else to be said. 2017, the ballots, we're going to honor our marriage. And if you mad, unfriend me. Unfriend us. You won't have to like this, but the truth is, you made a vow to your partner, not to your social media friends. We are the ballots. Peace.
Don't allow anything to divide your marriage. Nothing. Amen.